Good morning, I'm Marie Rice.
And I'm Mike Cejka. It's 61 degrees in Buffalo at 7:25. Cool relief is here. More on that in a few minutes.
And in the news this morning, it's back to school this morning for thousands of kids in the city of Buffalo. Late yesterday, a tentative agreement was reached between the city's school teachers and the school board. Buffalo teachers had said they would not go back into the classroom without a contract. Last week, they authorized a strike if necessary. Yesterday, the teachers demonstrated in front of City Hall as the bargaining teams for the two sides hammered out an agreement. And just before 4 o'clock, Superintendent Eugene Reville delivered the news, first with a smile, then with words.
You're serious?
Yes, we've just settled about 5 minutes ago in the Buffalo Teachers Federation with the Board of Education. It's 6 and 6, 6% for both years. I think it's a fair contract.
The agreement will be voted on tonight by the 3,400 teachers. The polls are open in Western New York. Today is primary day. They'll be open till 9 tonight. Stay tuned to News 4 at noon, 6 and 11 to see how that election turned out. An East Side Buffalo man was stabbed overnight while selling designer jeans on a street corner. 20-year-old Larry Collins of Maston Avenue was stabbed during a robbery at the corner of Sycamore and Strauss last night. Police have arrested a Bissell Street man in that stabbing, 26-year-old Ernest Trawler. The Erie County jury deliberating the fate of 19-year-old Donald O'Connor will try again in a few hours. The jury stopped its deliberations in the murder trial late last night. The Grand Island teenager is charged in the murder of his 36-year-old mother, Ilona. There's little love being lost in that tennis match over a public referendum on a downtown stadium. The latest volley in the battle over the petition vote count comes from the petition sponsors. They say they collected enough signatures to force the public vote, despite the official count that says they're about 700 votes short. But the latest number in question is not over the number of names collected, but over the number of names needed. The petition sponsors are disputing the size of the city's electorate. And it's a numbers dispute of different proportions that may brew up over the latest numbers from the National Planning Association. That research group says the Rochester metro area has jumped ahead of the Buffalo metro area in population. What's changed is the way the research group counts the people. In effect, it's shrunk the Buffalo area and ballooned the Rochester area. But this is more than just a numbers game. The group's numbers are widely used by manufacturers to make investment decisions. And coming up on News 4 Morning, fall's here, at least in spirit.
And a touch of it in the weather as well. We'll check the forecast next.
It's a sure sign of fall, the Bill season underway, and hockey. That's right, the Buffalo Sabres are holding a pre-training camp for free agents and draft choices this afternoon at Saberland. And the Sabres open their regular training camp next week. I had to grab for an extra blanket last night. A little bit chilly.
Nice and cool. All that muggy weather we've had around for the past week certainly has shifted eastward, Marie, and we're looking at some much cooler and pleasant temperatures for today and also the next several days, in fact. Still a few showers around the area this morning, though. If we check the weather radar view, we'll find there are some rain showers falling through Niagara and Orleans County up to the north of the city, and they continue to travel eastward toward Rochester. Otherwise, the rest of the area seems to be dry right now. The forecast for today, we're looking for plenty of clouds, cooler conditions, some spotty drizzle of fog, and the showers up north. Highs around 67 for tonight. Partly cloudy down to around 50, and for tomorrow, a partly sunny weather day. Only 64 to 68. Quite a change.
It's 7:30. I'm Marie Rice.
And I'm Mike Cejka. Next local news is at 8:25.
And now back to CBS in New York. Good morning, I'm Marie Rice.
And I'm Mike Cejka. It's 61 degrees in Buffalo at 8:25. Cooler and not so muggy today. My forecast is coming up.
In the news this morning, Buffalo school kids are on the way to school this morning less than 24 hours after an 11th hour agreement was reached between teachers and the school board. Moments before news of the tentative agreement yesterday afternoon, teachers were walking the steps of City Hall ready to strike. The agreement calls for wage increases of 6% this year and 6% next year, just what a state fact finder had called for. The full membership will vote on the new contract tonight. And tempers flared as parents voiced their anger last night over the lack of bus transportation in West Seneca. The issue has been turned down twice by residents in that school district. An auditorium at Allendale Elementary was filled, and some parents had to stand outside the door. Many parents have been driving their children to school, afraid to let them walk on busy highways.
The basic services, which is the buses for the little kids, should not be cut, period.
The parents demanded the issue be placed on the ballot for the third time. That vote will take place on September 25th, which means the earliest kids would be riding the buses again would be on the 26th. And the West Seneca School Board also decided to put the scholastic sports issue up for one more vote